Praises to the Most High, y'all. Y'all, the law, statute, commandments are put here for a reason. They cover everything, everything, everything. Now, I was just reading this about a few weeks ago. This 17-year-old boy in Augusta, Georgia, who was put in jail for beating his little sister. And the woman said, "Well, he beat her all over. He beat her all over with a belt." Well, I'm gonna let you know that everybody that is from the 70s and on up, everybody should be in jail then, if he's in jail. Why? Because we were raised by our ancestors who were oppressed by slave masters and oppressed by wicked people. The only way that these things can change of what is going on, laws, statutes, commandments. We are supposed to raise our own children, and we're supposed to teach them in the ways and the right ways, and they are not being taught. Y'all shipping your children off to these schools, and these schools are only brainwashing those kids and teaching them to be another cycle of abuse. Another cycle of abuse. That's all these children have ever known. That's all we knew in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s. That's all they knew in the 50s. My mom grew up in the 50s. Before that, that's what they knew in the 30s. That's what they knew in the 20s. That's what they knew in the 1800s. Why? Because the system of abuse is literally in our government. But instead of us taking accountability for our own communities, our own people, we're allowing the government to keep the cycle of abuse going. How is it a cycle of abuse? Because the government says the only way you can be a slave now if you go to jail. But they find different ways to make sure we go to jail. And then when they put the children in the schools, they allow them to be abused by everybody. And then you grow up and then this child becomes abusive. And then you wonder what's going on. Why are you abusive? What happened? Because we're not doing like the Bible, aka the Tanakh told us to do. We are supposed to be raising our own children. And these people ain't teaching these children boundaries. They're not teaching them morals. They are teaching them how to be oppressed and how to be abused. You have already saw. If you look at a schoolhouse, looks just like the jailhouse. Because they are training them up to go straight up out your house into a prison cell. And as a people, we need to put a stop to this. I have been on this road for a while. I've been begging people to take your kids away from this government. Do this. Stop it. And we need to raise up our kids as a community, start our own things, even if we just got to do homeschooling. We all take turns raising these children and teaching them. But y'all don't want to do that. You don't want to take responsibility for our own children. It takes a community. I took classes, y'all, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Is this young man right here. This young man right here. And instead of Stanley Lomax Jr. being helped, they feel like they should just throw him in jail and throw away the key. Another slave. That they can abuse some more. Get him classes. Get him counselors, get his sisters and brothers counselors, get the mama counseling. So all this cycle of abuse can stop. Our government put this in place, and instead of us saying no to it, you keep doing it. And I've been yelling this to the top of my lungs for 30 years, y'all. I was fighting once I took these classes because I realized this is what they were doing to the children in the school. And then do you know that Trump just made a law that the teacher can beat your children now? So the cycle of abuse is finna get worse. But then you're going to blame the child instead of taking and pointing the finger at yourself, because we are not supposed to be allowing these people to raise our children. We ain't even supposed to be near them. That ain't what I said. That's what scripture says. That's what Deuteronomy says. We are not even supposed to let these people near our children. And yes, I'm pissed, because I understand now what is going on with our people. Why are we suffering the way we are? Because they have set us up in a perpetual cycle of abuse. And it's not my responsibility. It is our responsibility. Malachi says, Deuteronomy says that we are supposed to be taking care of each other. Take care of the widows. Take care of the orphans. He ain't got no daddy. He an orphan. I don't care what happened to him. I don't care how he got. I don't care what happened to the dad. That's null and void. It's already over. His dad is probably in jail. Why? Cycle of abuse. And then look at these people over here laughing at this child. It's a joke to them. They don't care because they don't do this to their kids. They don't allow their kids to go through the cycle of abuse. It's only us, the so-called black people, that does this. And we don't step up for our people anymore. And the Most High Yah is pissed at y'all. And when I keep trying to tell y'all this, when I keep trying to solve this problem, they're in the comments making fun of this child, talking shit about him, and you don't know what he went through. This is my comments. Y'all, I took parenting classes because I didn't know what I was doing, because I was beat and told as a child to stay in a child's place, do not speak until spoken to. And now, how was I supposed to know anything if no one ever allowed me to ask questions? Y'all, as a community, we have to do better. Get him classes instead of taking him to jail. Now, after that, if he still is abusive, that's on him. But no one showed him the right way first. Then that's on our community as a people. Number 2, I'm searching on how to get him out of jail right now, because then everyone who whooped a child for being bad was put in jail. We all would be locked up, including our parents, our grandparents, and our great grandparents. And then this is the response of this woman. Videos show him beating her all over. It was a beating. Well, we all got these same beatings. Where you think they learned it from? The slave masters. And you got to take that trauma out of our people. And the government talking about, well, y'all free. No, we ain't. We're still in captivity. Because instead of us having bars around our chains around our neck, we got chains around our mind. And we got to come up out of there. And they just telling us to get over it. It's over with. No, it is not. We're still in captivity. We're in mental and financial captivity as we speak. And until we as a people stand up against this, we're going to stay in it. Did you hear the Most High, y'all? That is sound confirmation. Now, I'd say it again. We would be in jail. So would our ancestors for the same thing, because I don't know about y'all, but I was beat with belts, shoes, extension cords, with PVC pipes, with water hoses, with switches, and with purses filled with items, beat in the head with it, beat with fists and feet. Take him to counseling. Teach him classes on discipline so he would not do this way anymore. But putting him in jail doesn't solve the problem. Teaching him does. That's what is wrong with this society. We don't teach our children. We just point the fingers. No one is taking accountability for these children not being taught properly. They're not being taught properly. They are not being taught properly. Y'all count on the government And you're not raising these children. Y'all ain't raising these children. Y'all dropping them off in a building so these people with these curriculum can indoctrinate them right back into jail, right back into slavery. You're not taking accountability for our children not being taught properly. Y'all count on the government and you're not raising the children. Then you throw them away like trash in jail cells. Y'all are wrong. You are all wrong. Y'all let the government turn our people into disposable trash instead of teaching them morals and boundaries. Then y'all let the government turn them back into slaves. Did you hear that? Because the 13th Amendment says no slavery unless you go back to jail. Then you lose your humanity. Stop allowing this. It takes a village, and we have to stop the cycle of mental captivity now. It is time. Have you woken up? The Most High Yah is showing us who we are. He's showing us laws, statutes, and commandments. He's showing us that we are original to this land. And now we need to show, y'all, somebody needs to sound the alarm that we are still in mental captivity. Or this right here wouldn't even be a joke to you. You wouldn't be laughing. You wouldn't be laughing. These people right here are laughing at a child. A child. It's a joke to them. He's 17. His future just started. Do you know in the scriptures that accountability doesn't start until you're 20? Go look at the Exodus. Everybody over 20 got punished. Anybody under was saved. Accountability didn't even start to 20 years old. We are not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're allowing the government with their wicked motherfucking asses teach our children, and we ain't supposed to be doing it. Y'all, I had hell trying to teach my kids, and I'm still going through it, and they're 30. Why? Because they think the world was right. And the world is wrong. The laws and statute commandments are right, and we're not doing it anymore. Why? Because they told us it was done away with. It was not. If we raise our children up the way they told us to in the scriptures, in Deuteronomy, in Exodus, all throughout that, none of the things that we're seeing will be happening. But y'all, she religion. I ain't in no religion. I ain't no Christian. I ain't none of that stuff. I don't believe in that shit. What I believe is in laws, statutes, and commandments, because they was put in place for a reason. That's what keeps a great society going. When you follow laws, the statutes, commandments that the Most High Yah, the Creator, the first and last, gave us in the first place. I ain't in no damn religion. And this child is suffering. Why? And not only that, his 8 brothers and sisters, his mama too, the daddy too, and all of us suffer at the hand of our captives. They taught our great-great-grandparents wicked ways, and then it was forced upon them, and then now we just passing it down as an inheritance. Instead of inheriting the law, we're inheriting lies, and we're inheriting abuse, and we're inheriting captivity mentally. And it's time to get up out of this. It is time to wake up, Israel. It is time to wake up, so-called black people, and come up out of mental captivity. I am angry. I am angry because this child was not helped. And instead of y'all trying to help him, you are down here talking shit about him and making fun of him. Look at him. Did his child, did they make fun of, they're laughing at, did he make fun of his neck? This grown motherfucker saying this about a child. About a child. This is a grown man.
4 years.
17-year-old child. This is him. But then you'll be, if the police beat them and killed them, the police was wrong. You know what I told my church? I'm trying to put a stop to this now. So the police will not have you. Because that's what they train us up to do. They train us to go into prisons, to stay in mental captivity, to be hot girl Friday, doing this, hoeing, all this kind of stuff. Those schools have never taught morals. Because if that's the case, if they had taught morals, then why did they, in those schools, they have cliques? Why are they teaching false things, lies in those schools? They teaching straight up lies. They allow children to be abused in those schools. But no. And then you send the child home and abuse them some more because they won't sit there and they don't want to sit there and take the abuse from them schools. From them white people, from them. We are helping the oppressors ruin our future. And you need to be, when you're pointing the finger, my grandma said, when you're pointing the finger, 3 more pointing at you, back at you. 3, what are you doing? What are one of the things you're doing? You're allowing the government to raise our children, and we are not supposed to be doing that. That's scriptural. That's Deuteronomy 13. Number 2, you are forcing them to do these things against their will when they're telling you, I don't want to go back to that school because they're saying they are being abused, and you're abusing them for not wanting to be abused. Now they don't know. They don't know where is a safe place to go. There was no safe place for me to go. Where? Who can I call? Number 3, and then when you get them out to a certain age, you just throw them out on the street, tell them, go get a job, pay your bills, blah, 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 this, and they don't know shit. Because they ain't never been taught boundaries, and they ain't never been taught morals. All they ever been taught from the time you let them out into that school until they get out of that school, whatever age they is, was abuse. And then you expecting the cycle to not stop? No, that is making sure your children be cycled right into prison. Right into jail, into abusive relationships, abusing their wife and their kids, abusing the moms, allowing themselves to be abused by men. Because that's what they do in those schools. And I don't care where you at, because I went to all different types of schools because my mom was here and all over the place, and we was all over the place. Same shit, same curriculum. Abuse. Then I had to go home and be quiet and take inside of me the abuse that I had to take at the school from the teachers and the other students. And there was nobody for me to go to. And you think this ain't changed? And I'm 50 years old. It done got worse. Because now they getting sexually and physically abused in them schools. Them teachers are taking them kids in the bathroom doing all kind of thing. And now Trump done made a law where they could even beat them without consequences. And you think ain't no children finna die in these schools? Ain't the abuse ain't finna get worse? This was what, during my time, where a parent can go up there and act a fool about their kids. Now they telling you can't. Go up there and see about your children. Look at how many parents are being ran away from the school when they're trying to do something about what happened to their children. All kind of children are being airlifted from the schools right now, from hospitals, are being beat almost to death at these schools as we speak. Now, when are y'all going to take responsibility for our children and our own people and stop throwing our children in the hands of this wicked ass government? You better go read Deuteronomy 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. We are not supposed to be letting these people put their hands on our kids, and they know it, and that's why they're destroying us from within. They start destroying us at 5 years old. Now, if you don't want to heed this warning because, oh, I'm just a black woman, I don't know what I'm talking about, blase, blase, whatever stupid ass comment you got. Even if you don't give a damn about me, what about these children? What are you going to do? I know what I'm finna try to do. I'm going to try to help him.